So far we have seen what are the how the forex market behaves in Indian condition and how domestic market, what are the products available we have seen. Any product to become efficient, the funds settlement should take place very fast. So settlement is the one issue. If you go back some 15-20 years, the settlement is T plus 7, T plus 8 like that. It means a buyer of the security and seller of the security, the seller will sell and he will get his money after T plus 7 means 7 days, and the buyer will get the security after. So this settlement should be made as fast as possible. Expeditious settlement definitely improves the functioning of the financial market. Under this context, we must see what are these payment and settlement system, how this is becoming efficient in Indian financial market. Let us see. In this chapter, let us discuss about the payment and settlement system that are implemented in our country. Payment and settlement systems play vital role in the development of financial markets. As I told, it is the nervous system, and it only carries the money. So as fast expeditious the settlement takes place, the volume of transaction will definitely go up. The important reforms relevant to treasury operations include the following. Now let us see only how it is relevant to treasury operations. What are the new technological remittance products that has come? Let us see. Presently, payment settlement of the banks is mostly dominated by paper-based check. Check only, we still believe in paper-based checks. The check moves and all that. There is considerable delay involved. That this is obviated by a system called check truncation to reduce this cost and delay, because when the actual paper system should move, it involves speed post charges or courier charges, all these things. And if you go back to RBI norms for clearing any checks, outstation checks, they are given. RBI also come out with the cut-off days. If it is on metropolitan, the bank should clear in 7 days. If it is on any urban and big cities, it should be done in 10 days, or any other city it should be in 14 days. It means if it is any other in paper based mechanism, it can take, the minimum period is 14 days as prescribed by RBI. So 14 days to take a settlement, it's a big period. That's why this check truncation has come. To reduce this cost and delay in collection of checks, the check truncation process is introduced. Let us see what is check truncation. Check truncation is the conversion of physical check into a substitute electronic form for transmission to the paying bank. Check truncation eliminates cumbersome physical presentation of check and saves time and processing cost. Number one, the physical check need not move. Only the electronic form of that image goes, so it is faster. Number two, there is no transportation cost, courier charge or speed post cost. Number three, most of the fraud that is taking place in remittances, all these checks are intercepted in between, and they change, material alterations are done in this thing. It creates a lot of operational risk frauds. All these things are avoided in check truncation. It's a very good and beautiful efficient system. Now let us move on to next. Another product is called real-time gross settlement. It is not net settlement. Students should know it is a gross settlement. Gross means independently the funds move, it is not getting netted. It means in clearinghouse it works on net system based. All these payable receivables are netted, only receivable and payable moves. But in case of real-time gross, the gross itself moves. But only thing is that as per latest RBI norms and all that, this is workable only for remittance of 2 lakhs and above. There is no upper limit. And RBI on weekdays, they got a 12 hourly settlements kept for RTGS. Whatever comes, it gets credited. 1 o'clock. When the remittance is emanated, the beneficiary gets before 2 o'clock. And again in Saturday there are six settlement cycles, very fast RTGS. The only thing is that in case of check, issue of DD, MT, TT and all that, the issuer of the check used to enjoy float funds till such a time the instrument gets paid. But in case of RTGS, the float fund is lost from the day one, because it is debited and it is the funds are moved. So this, while pricing this RTGS, bank should the cost of funds should be worked out, the service charge recoverable on RTGS should be worked out carefully, because the float funds, more and more this RTGS is coming and it comes implemented, the float funds of the banks will come down. This is one factor which all the banks should take care of that. And like that, one more thing, when anybody comes for RTGS and all that, there are structured formats are available, like SWIFT. SWIFT is Society for Worldwide International Financial Telecommunication. They got standardized format, but it is used international remittances. For internal remittance, RBI has come out with structured messages called SFMS, structured financial messages, that is used in RTGS. So all these fields should be filled properly, then only the beneficiary gets the funds in time, otherwise the funds will be returned back. They are using one more code called IFS code, it's called Indian Financial System Code. This system, any RTGS should have this IFS code, that is the code number of the beneficiary bank. From there it goes to the beneficiary account. These are all very, very important in case of RTGS funds transfer. Then one more system that helps in quickening the settlement is NDS. This is the NDS is the property of RBI. It is owned by RBI. It's called Negotiated Dealing Settlement. This is designed by IDRBT of RBI. Again, technology is a section of RBI which is situated in Hyderabad. So NDS, what is NDS? NDS is an electronic platform for facilitating dealing in government securities and money market instruments. All these things go seamlessly. When it was introduced, RBI has introduced NDS in February 2002 in order to achieve, there are 4-5 points. One, automatic electronic reporting and settlement. Automatically the reporting takes place, it becomes an MIS, Management Information System. Auction on electronic platform, I have already told that government alerts are comes out with T-bill dated balls and dated government securities, and they are all issued to the banks and subscribers on auction based system. So this NDS also helps in auction based electronic platform, a trading platform for trading in government securities on negotiated basis, telephonic based trading as well as code driven mechanism. It also helps the dealers in trading. NDS membership is open to banks. Who can be the members? All individuals cannot be members. Only financial institutions such as banks, primary dealers, mutual funds, financial institutions, insurance companies who maintain SGL account, because whatever takes place, there is a money movement and the counter thing is that instrument movement. So the money movement takes place through the current account of RBI, the instrument should take place the SGL account. So whoever maintains, RBI permits whoever they are permitted to have SGL account, then they can have this NDS system. Then the latest addition is NDS Home. It's called order matching. So it means I want to buy a security at this level, place an order to this system. When this price comes, automatically the contract triggers. It's called NDS Home. So in this you need not track the price and give the order, do your duty. When the system tracks for you, this is called NDS Home or anonymous order matching system. As an improvement over NDS was introduced in August 2005. In anonymous order matching, the identity of counterparty is not disclosed. Who is playing, who is, suppose somebody big player comes, he need not say. So when the moment a big player comes, the market moves. So it is anonymous driven. In anonymous order matching, the identity of counterparty is not disclosed till offered price, volume, intent is accepted. Once the contract is made, then I know who is my counterparty. The system is purely order driven, with all orders being matched strictly on price and time priority. There can be two orders. I am looking for this price, then when before the end of the day the price comes, the contract is done. Or you give time 2 hours, within this 2 hours band, if this price comes, hit it, then the trigger takes place within the allotted. It means the trigger price can be price based or time based. It works in 2 ways, and all these systems are straight through processing, no manual intervention, everything goes through the electronic platform, and the settlement agency is again CCIL, that is Clearing Corporation of India, who is involved in development of CBL also. We have seen this. And the next product is called FX Clear, Forex Clear, and I am told that this is the first product introduced in the entire world by CCIL. It is even the dollar is netted, and like our local clearing, the dollar is netted and the only receivable and payable moves. Instead of the entire receipt moves, instead of payment moves, it will definitely bring down the transaction cost in case of foreign exchange. This is one of the good work done by Clearing Corporation of India. It is a forex dealing system developed by CCIL for foreign exchange transaction, mostly dollar. In fact, if you see, 90% of the forex trade takes place in dollar INR only. So this is a very helpful product for the interbanks. Currently CCIL is providing STP. STP means straight through processing for dollar INR, and CCIL as an intermediary settles interbank dollar INR deals on net basis. Before this it used to be move on gross basis. It's a net basis, so that individual banks need not exchange payments for each transactions. We have seen for the development of any financial system, in order for the product to develop, the funds movement should be faster, expeditious. In that context, we have seen check truncation, RTGS and all that. And one more important facility that should be improved in the financial system is, I have already told that the funds movement should be made faster. Same way, the instrument movement should also be made faster. In case of RBI, the instrument movement is controlled to SGL account. Like that, if you go for equity purchase for an individual, again there should be an electronic form available for them to keep all the securities, so that the buyer and seller can move the securities very fast. Instead of the physical movement takes time. That's why even the instruments are kept in the electronic form, and if that instruments are also moves fast, the payment also moves fast, then the system gets in very expeditious settlement. In that process, we have to see what are depository institutions. They are the one, they keep their shares, bonds, everything in dematted form, so that the fund, while the funds are transferred through RTGS or NEFT through the banks, the instruments are moved through these depositories very fast, because they keep all the securities on behalf of the investor traders in the electronic form. They are NSDL, it means a National Security Depository Services Deposit Limited. One is called CSDL, Central Security Deposit Limited. All these things, who is the regulator for these depositories? Again, SEBI is the regulator. So they are work under the SEBI norms, and provide delivery versus payment DVP for secondary market details in equity and debt paper. In case buyer of a security will remit the money to the seller through RTGS to the seller's account, and simultaneously seller will transfer the security from his demat account to the account of the buyer. So all these takes place very quickly, expeditiously. So but not only funds should move fast, even the security should move fast, then only the financial transaction can be conducted very fast. Then coming back to next product is NEFT. It is also equivalent to RTGS. Only thing is that when RTGS it goes on one-to-one basis, whereas in NEFT they have got hourly settlement. NEFT operates on a deferred net settlement, DNS basis, and settle transaction batches. The settlement takes place, I told NEFT it takes 12 cycles, and Saturday it takes 6 cycles, and this is also very faster mechanism. Any transaction initiated after designated time, suppose if you are giving late in the evening, it will take place tomorrow. NEFT is also one of the very good system, and there is no lesser limit, minimum limit, any amount can be sent, and RBI encourages for them to the banks to remit at no cost, that is free of cost, it can be done. So NEFT is again gaining a lot of popularity. Instead of check moving, people use NEFT for funds transfer. Then again, one of the innovation of your scientific or your technological improvement is CBS, core banking solution. Before CBS, we thought that he is customer of Ghatkopar or he is customer of Indore. Now that concept has gone. There is no customer of branch concept has gone. Now there is no brick banking, it's click banking, and this now he becomes customer of a bank. Suppose you deposit money in Delhi, you can come and withdraw in Chennai. All these things are possible because at the back end, all the banks are seamlessly connected. Whether you bank with Ghatkopar, Chennai or Indore, it makes no difference. You become customer of a bank, not a customer of a branch. So the CBS has given lot of facilities. It has given technological improvement. So most of the banks in our country have implemented CBS. Almost one of the watchword is RBI is that any bank's upcoming cap, they should open with CBS. That's why when new generation private sector came in 97, 95, 96, they have come with CBS. All the public sector banks also, they got converted in 2002, 3 and 4. And most of the banks, why 90 to 95% of the banks now, they work on CBS platform only. It gives lot of advantages, customer facility. Most of the banks in our country have implemented CBS, and by this internal transfer of funds, one account to another. Suppose you want to transfer funds from Union Bank Ghatkopar to Union Bank Indore, it goes very fast. With Union Bank, the CBS enables funds transfer within the bank. The customer, they can transfer it a fraction of a second, it can go. So CBS is one of the very good platform. So with this, the funds transfer mechanism in banks is over.